Morning, Keith. We'll just wait a few minutes here to get started. In the meantime, you can review the risk disclosure. Morning, Sergey. Morning, Shadow Hunter. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. So I do have the risk disclosure up. Again, communicating that I'm here purely as not I'm purely here as for this session is purely educational. I'm not here to provide any sort of investment advice. The information that's being provided is not intended as investment advice and offer to solicit to offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, instrument, or fund. We all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and that we should be only using risk capital that we can otherwise afford to lose without compromising our ability, our lifestyle, and our financial security. Okay. Again, nothing contained herein is intended as an investment advice, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Okay. So now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way, we can go ahead and move into the news, which doesn't seem to be all that much. Going to kind of double confirm here. You guys can see this. If I can get a thumbs up that you guys can see my financial juice page here. Someone in chat. Okay, perfect. Well, really, there's only the one item here, okay, that has been reported here, and that has already reported as the Fed manufacturing. So really, nothing in the way of news. We have some news, obviously, tomorrow. A fair amount of news coming in tomorrow, but today is actually quite light in the way of news. So actually, that's in some ways refreshing, because it allows the markets to move in a much more natural way. We're always exposed to any sort of national event. Obviously, we still have the option expiration that happens at 10 a.m. every morning. But beyond that, looks like we have kind of a clean slate here as far as news is concerned. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on to so just kind of a review of where I find my information on which instrument trade. I'm going to kind of quickly share here the bar charts. Okay, bar charts is my source of information as to what contracts we should be trading at this point, as everybody should be trading the Z contract. When it comes to the indices, you can see here that we have all the volume coming in now in the Z contract. So that should be our focus if we haven't updated that already. Z contract is definitely for indices. And then for crude oil, it's changing. Looks like we have rollover coming in here relatively shortly here, but I think the V contract is still I believe commanding the most amount of volume. Okay, V contract is commanding the most amount of volume here at 50,000. But that I'm assuming is going to change here over the next week or so as we work our way through rollover. Okay, and then the last one I was going to take a look at is the metals. Okay, so the metals, again, we should be in the Z contract, similar to the indices, which makes a lot of sense. At this point, we should be trading the Z contract, okay, in the metals. All right. So just wanted to kind of share with you what my source of this kind of information is barchart.com. Okay. Yeah, it has lots of information. So this is a good source to understand, certainly what I use as far as volume is concerned. We always want to be in the contract that carries the most volume, right? So and then I think certainly on Top Step X, that's automatically done for you. So you don't have to really concern yourself too much with that. Okay. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to the markets. Good morning, Fixman. All right. Good morning, Captain Jack, and anyone else I have not said good morning to. Um, so let's go ahead and move on to the charts. Okay. So we're going to take a look at as we always do, to start. Okay. So looking at the gold chart, we're going to go ahead and since it's the beginning of the week, we're just going to last couple of days, Thursday and Friday, were actually quite interesting days in the gold market. We made some significant moves to the upside. Okay, we closed the week very strong. Okay, one of the more stronger bullish candles that you can receive. Candles with little to no wicks on either end. So right? So it's quite impressive candle that we got over the week. Thursday, Friday of last week was particularly interesting because it was very directional to the upside. So hopefully some of you were able to benefit from that move. Okay. All right. Let's move down to the daily chart. Okay, daily chart. Here we are. We have, kind of I would say right for now, it's kind of a neutral kind of open. Here's the two candles that I was mentioning here on Thursday and Friday that provided us a very strong move to the upside. Anytime we break a new level, especially on the higher time frame, say on the daily or the weekly, well, that carries a bit of momentum, right? That carries a little bit of force, right? So breaking these kind of levels require quite a bit of effort. Okay, and when they do break, they carry a bit of momentum with them. You can see here that we got one of our larger volume candles here to the upside. Similarly, we got another volume candle in the past at a similar level. Okay, so anytime we break these kind of levels to the upside, often they're carried with some volume. Often they're carried with some momentum behind them. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. Okay, so we have a bit of some bearish candles with some buying wicks here. Um, so right now, really not clear. We're up at a supply level. Not clear. Certainly it's the expectation is that we're going to continue to the upside, but right now it's I guess taking a little bit of pause. Market makers or market participants are kind of digesting and understanding the move that was made and understanding whether or not that they want to continue to participate to the long side in this market or whether they're better served in waiting for price to come back down to a level that where they can manage their risk or where they would be interested in participating to the long side. Now, we do have a developing bearish candle. I do see that there is a little bit of a buying wick on below it. I'm not seeing volume in either direction. Okay, looks like it's pretty equal on both the buy and the sell side here. Okay, so let's move on to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart here. This is where we kind of start to do our volume analysis here a little bit. I've already kind of established the volume profile from yesterday. As you can see, price has opened inside value, which indicates that that there's a possibility that we can be in range today. Okay, in range, right? Inside value indicates that there's no no one participant is in control. Okay. That there is maybe a feeling that we've reached kind of fair price for the moment. We need to be, I guess, particularly patient, I guess, today for any sort of directional move. So in this particular case, since we're not inside value, my focus is going to be placed on initial balance and see what direction price takes as initial balance is being established and established. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm going to be focused in on. I'm going to be focused in on that. We have, like I said, we have right now developed a little bit of structure, I would say, to the downside. We've come into maybe an area here. Notice how price has reacted away from value area low. Okay. So the question is that going to be sustained? Okay. If that's going to be sustained, we're going to break above, this is a 21-day EMA, I believe, 159-day EMA. Okay. We're going to break above, structure here. Okay. And with that, we're probably going to end up breaking above this initial balance range. So if we are bullish in the market, well, we need to see price get above 2610. Okay. 2610, 2611. Okay. If we are bearish, well, this might not be. I'm going to go ahead and I don't understand why I don't have, well, VWAP. I do have VWAP open. Where's my VWAP? That was my VWAP. Okay. So VWAP, we are below VWAP. Okay. So indicating that maybe we do have some structure that could lead to further downside price action. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw my anchored VWAP here up above here. And that's also going to serve as kind of a, so they're pretty much at the same level here. Okay. This is the start of London. All right. We peaked out on the start of London, and we've kind of, guys kind of rallied lower to some degree. Now, whether this is it's merely a pullback for further upside, well, is yet to be determined. Okay. But as long as we stay below this VWAP and below settlement and below daily VWAP, I have to give an edge to the bears. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and capture our levels here. Just add these levels to the charts. Okay. Here we are. These are our levels. We'll double confirm them here. We got 2612 as our value area high. We got 2610.40 as our point of control. We got value area low coming in at 2604. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open up our ADR levels. Turn off our supply demand zones for a moment here. We got ADR high here at what is that? 2623.30. Okay. And then we have ADR low coming in at 2592. Okay. 2592.8. 2592. So change that. 2592. Okay. All right. So everything seems to be in order here. I'm going to open up ASR here. So we have ASR. It looks like it's reacting off of ASR here at 2614.50. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of reaction away from average session high. Okay. So like I said, as long as we stay below these ASR and settlement and things of that nature, I think the idea is to look to remain short in the market. Okay. See if I can locate myself now. I lost myself. Okay. All right. As long as we stay below, I think we need to err on the side of short. Okay. Even though the higher time frame is saying that we could head higher here. All right. Or right. If we do break above, then that would be, I guess, a little bit more aligned with the general direction of the higher time frame. and then it opens opens us up for opportunities that would lead us back to the highs of the day. Okay, back to the high of London, back to the ASR high. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in the gold market. I guess I'm cautiously bullish, but I do need to see some price action to indicate that. Okay, I need to see a candle close above settlement, above initial balance, and then at that point, maybe I would be in a position where I would take an execution, make an execution here. You can see that the volume delta is also aligned with the current direction here. Okay, so there's a fair amount of buyers coming in. We have a delta of more buyers than sellers at the moment, and that's being translated into price. So we always want to have volume behind our moves. We don't want to see volume dry up with, say something like this. We had like a nice move and then nobody. That's not a good place to be. Okay. All right. If there's no questions on the gold market, seems like gold is looking to go higher. Okay. And I'm just kind of waiting for my initial balance range to establish here in the next half hour. And then before I take any sort of execution, potentially to the upside. All right. Moving on. Moving on to different markets here, guys. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the crude oil. All right. So crude oil market. Okay. I'm going to make sure that I'm in. Okay. I'm looking at X. Let's see. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the V contract was still garnering the most volume here. So I'm kind of inclined to move this to the. Let's see. Let's double check. I think bar chart, if I'm not mistaken, was saying that crude oil V contract. Yeah, V contract is still garnering the most volume here. So I think you can probably trade either. The volume is still is pretty much in line. So I'm going to go with that. X contract. Okay. I don't know, guys. Do you want me to do a review with V or X? I think either one is fine. V is currently still garnering the most volume. I don't know exactly when rollover is. I don't know if it's at the end of this week or any preference, guys. Do you want me to do it on V or X? Either one. I think either one is carrying a fair amount of volume. So, okay, let's go ahead with V then. Okay, so looking at the V contract, okay. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the weekly, get a feel for what the weekly chart is trying to accomplish here. So we had a gap higher, okay, for the start of the week. Let's remove some of our drawings here. Okay, so we had a gap open or gap week, gap up open for the week. We've come off an area of demand, right? This is a prior area of demand. So it's a logical location to to see some buyers. Looks like we are in currently in a range from say 65 up to 82 and a half. That's been kind of the range of the crude oil market. So we're kind of on the other end of the range. So even though we are, in a bit of bearish structure to the downside, looking to the left, we can see that this has been kind of an established range for a period of time here. Okay. Let's see. Looking at the daily chart. Daily chart. We opened up. All right. So we've been kind of pushing higher in this market here. We won't know until the end of today whether we're going to be able to close above some of this structure here on the bottom or not. Okay, but it is developing bullish for our chart. For our chart is again we're beginning to get a series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay. I guess next stop is above 70. If we manage to get above 70, I would say that we have a reasonable chance to get back up to potentially up to 73. Okay. We can't ignore the fact that we have, I don't know, maybe some resistance here at 71. Okay. But if we do get above 70, I think that's also a psychological level as well. We could rally here up to 73. All right. 73 or 72.95, depending on how you want to draw this, could be an area where sellers may step in again in earnest. Okay. All right, because if you look at the higher time frame, we still, we still are in bearish structure, even though we are in an area of demand. Okay. All right. Looking at the 30-minute chart. All right. So 30-minute chart, we're going to go ahead and establish our levels, because in the spreadsheet that I have, I captured levels using the X contract. So we'll go ahead and redo them here using the V contract. All right. So we're going to go ahead and open up ADR. So ADR high is coming in at 70.39. 70.39 is our average daily range high. Okay. We have 70.27 as our average session range high. Okay. These are all levels that could be used as targets for trades, as well as areas of potential reversals. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile. Okay. I'm not looking for anchor VWAP at the moment. Looking for fixed range volume profile. I'm going to locate the 6 a.m. bar from a 9 a.m. bar. Sorry, guys. I keep messing up on that. I keep promising, and we're going to communicate in Eastern time, but I always fall trap to where I live. All right. So let's see. 69.79 is our value area high. 69.79. 69.79 is our value area high. Okay. We got, let's see, 68.75 as our point of control. 68.75 as our point of control. Okay, we have settlement at 68.65. So 68.65 is our point of control, not point of control. It's settlement. Okay. Let's see now. We have value area low coming in at 68.54. 68.54 is our value area low. Okay. And then we got average session range low at 68.05. 68.05 is our average session range low. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and 67.92. 67.92 is our ADR low. 67.92 is our ADR, average daily range low. Okay. So these are our levels for the V contract. The only thing that's we haven't captured here is for the 4-hour. Okay. So maybe I'll just pop in here really quick and see if we can capture some 4-hour supply and demand zones. So looks like we have a supply zone up above us here, as I mentioned. 71. Okay. 71 was kind of an area that I had mentioned earlier that maybe that could provide some resistance. Okay. So that happens to be a 4-hour supply zone. Okay. So 71 could be is a 4-hour supply and could offer some resistance. And then on the bottom side, we have, looks like a level here. Let's see if I can get the, okay. So somewhere like 68.21 looks like an area for 4-hour demand. 68.21. 68.21 is a 4-hour demand. Okay. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of a rally here. All right. We've got a relatively strong 4-hour chart here. So it looks like crude oil is running to the upside. Okay, just going to capture this and add it to my spreadsheet and modify things here. And we're going to change this to V. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, you see. Let's see where should we set the VWAP? Okay, let's move on to the 30-minute chart, and we'll establish that. Okay, so I'm kind of inclined to do it down below here. So let's go ahead and click on here and establish it right about there. Okay, so that would be kind of somewhere in London. Okay, London is kind of where I'm looking at. This is kind of the leg that kind of broke the swing that broke this level here. All right, so yeah, so this would be my anchored VWAP. Okay, all right. Let's see. Any questions on crude oil? Now, before I move on, I have my obligatory message to everyone about likes and subscribes. So I encourage you guys, if what I'm sharing with you is supports your analysis of the markets, and you find value in that, I encourage you to hit the like button. Also, if you can comment here and there when you do see these posts and say X or YouTube or what have you, if you can comment along the lines on how this analysis is bringing you value, that's also beneficial as well. All right. All right. So let's move on to the indices. Okay. And let's take a look. I'll remove some of our drawings, make sure that we're looking at the correct contract. We are looking at Z, which is great. We'll see if we can turn some of this off here for now. A lot of busy charts lead to cluttered minds lead to poor decisions. All right, let's move on to the weekly. All right, so weekly chart. Okay, so what has the market tried to do? Well, it's really trying to move higher. Okay, I don't know. Maybe some of them, maybe it's created a little bit of a double bottom here. I'm not sure. This certainly feels like this area here looks like an area of demand. Okay, right around this level here. Okay, and we've created what appears to be a double bottom, maybe in the market. Maybe we're going to continue along these kind of lines. That would kind of finish this kind of W pattern that I'm seeing here. Okay. I see that we got, there's a fair amount of selling coming in to this market currently. All right. It's a lot of sell volume coming into this market. So price is holding steady, but I don't know how long it's going to be able to hold steady given this kind of volume coming into the downside to start the week. All right. Daily chart. Daily chart. Again, we are up against, this is a demand zone. This also could be seen as an area of supply or resistance. Okay. Around this 20,000 level. Okay. 20,000 is also kind of a psychological level as well. Okay. So, and we could stay in this range for some time. There's no reason that we need to go in any one direction here. Okay. So it seems like we are having a little bit of difficulty getting above this level here. I would say 20,000. I'm willing to draw in an area here that might serve as kind of an area of resistance here. Okay, and maybe we continue to react away from it. Okay, going forward. All right, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we're starting to see a series of candles. This one in particular is causing some attention for me. We see that the volume delta is increasing. Okay, you see here that we're seeing increasing delta volume, a volume delta. Okay, right. You can see this increasing delta volume in a bearish direction. Okay. So if this candle closes the way it appears it will close, there we could be in for another leg down, right? We're coming into an area of supply up here, so we could be in an area down. And this 233, this EMA 233 below seems like a reasonable target for price. Okay, assuming that we can get below 19,675 or 650. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart. Looking at the 30-minute chart, we're seeing a series of candles to the downside. We're starting to develop a little bit of structure to the downside, higher highs and higher lows. Again, would be willing to kind of maybe continue to track this kind of move using my channels. And as long as we stay inside those channels to the downside, I would be inclined to, look for opportunities to the downside. Okay. Not seeing anything. Well, there's maybe this area right around where it's at currently could offer, some buyers maybe at 19,645 could be an area where maybe buyers could step in. But if they don't, then I don't see anything that's necessarily going to keep this market from revisiting 19,576. Okay, maybe as low as 19,500. Okay, based on what I'm seeing currently in the candle formations and price with respect to some of the structure that we see on the left hand side. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile here, and let's take a peek to see where price is in relation to value. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. So price in relation to Friday's value area is below. So meaning that there's a fair number of people who are short this market in the market. Okay, so this area above us, right? This area right here should be resistant. Okay, should be resistant. So if price were to come back to this area, I would expect something, some selling to take place, because what was prior support will become resistant, and this would be a logical area for a continuation move to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing, kind of from a structure price action point of view. Let's go ahead and locate our levels here. I've already kind of captured them for the Z contract, so let's go ahead and add them here. Okay, there we are. Okay, so here are our levels. We're just going to kind of spot check some of these. Value area high, 86.50. That's fine. Value area low, 24. I got it 23, which is okay. Point of control, 762. It's fine. Settlement, 767. We're good there. We're going to ahead open up ADR here up on the, we got ADR well above us here at 19,938, and then we have ADR low here at what was that, 529. Yeah, that seems all in order. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open up ASR, but with the understanding that the market has yet to open, so these areas could adjust a little bit. We got 19,822 to the top side and 19,469 to the bottom side. Okay, for ASR. All right. So, like I said, I would say that based on value, we should be looking for opportunities to what appears to be to look for shorts in this market. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. How did I do that? Are you kidding me? I don't know how I lost my chart there, guys. So, but I need to go back. Okay, there we are. Let's make sure that everybody still sees that. Okay. All right. So now, so yeah, so like I was saying, I think right now, based on value, we should be looking for shorts. I would look for maybe a little bit of a rally up to a level like value area low to participate in the downside move. Um, let's see. If I'm looking to go long, well, long would probably need to look at a level like this level here, maybe ADR low, ASR low, are probably areas that I'd like. Maybe an outside chance here, since this was an area 650, 19,650 could be an area where we could get some buyers to step in. It has been supportive in the past. But assuming we break that level, then I would say that the next nearest level for me would be 19,600 would be a next logical level for me to participate to the long side. Okay. So that's pretty much, let me go ahead and add my anchored VWAP. I'm kind of inclined to put it up here. Oops. Let's see, my anchored VWAP. I'm just going to add it right about here. Okay. So very similar to our daily VWAP. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm tracking. Okay, as long as price stays below this anchored VWAP and daily VWAP, we really don't have any business in participating in any sort of longs unless we want to take longs to that level. If we extend enough or extend enough away from these levels, maybe there's an opportunity that kind of a more of a mean reversion trade that would take us back up to these levels. But that's pretty much the extent of those trades, right? I wouldn't necessarily want to hold them um, into that level without risking the possibility of it reacting pretty vigorously away from it, like here and like here. Okay. All right. I think that's kind of all I have to say for the NASDAQ. Just kind of peeking here and seeing if there might be any sort of questions that people might have. Right now, I'm kind of thinking bearish, but I also see that we are coming into an area of demand, which could create a rally. All right. So I'm probably going to be stalking this area here at 19,720 to see if that area is going to hold and whether that's going to provide me kind of an execution that would allow, me to participate in maybe what I would anticipate a move to the downside. Okay. So that's going to be kind of an area that I'm going to be focusing on. All right. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and look at the ES now. So we'll just modify this real quick. Okay, so here's the ES. We'll take a look and first of all, turn off some of these levels. Okay, and then we'll look at this from a weekly chart. Okay, look at this from the weekly chart and ask ourselves the question is, well, what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to accomplish further upside. You're welcome, Frizu. Further upside here, right? So we had price come down to an area of demand. That was met with some support. Okay. And we've rallied ever since. We sold off again. Now we're right back at that same level of support. Okay. So the question is are we going to be able to break above, let's say 57.30? And if so, then that would create a new high, which could lead to further upside. What I'm not liking so much, if I am following that kind of train of thought, is the fact that we have, a fair amount of sell volume here. Okay. There are far more sellers at these levels than there are buyers at the moment. All right. Daily chart again coming into a level where we could see some resistance around 5,700. If we do manage to get above 5,700, I could easily see us get up to 5,800. Okay. But we still need to get above 5,700 for our chart. For our chart, we're making a series of candles that really are not providing us much in the way of direction. The only thing that we have going here is that we have a series of higher highs and higher lows. Could this be an area where we, kind of head lower? All right, to maybe this area here to revisit 5625. Okay, We'll have to see. We'll have to wait to see how this candle closes. Okay, this 4-hour candle closes, and see how the market opens as well. All right. So let's see, 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart here. Here we are. We have our series of overlapping candles here. Very rangy price action in overnight and trading. Really not a clear direction in either direction. All right. If anything, we've been short. The market has been short. There's, I guess, a fair number of short people who are short the market currently, but we are coming into an area of demand. Now, our folks, our participants going to come in to the buy side? Are they going to see this area as an area of support and cause the market to rally? Or are they going to let price, continue to the downside? So I don't know. I know what I do know is that we are in range. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. I'll do some volume profile analysis here. We'll locate our Friday bar and close that. So right now we're on the edge of value area low, which would be a logical location for us to rally. We've rallied from here before, right? Rally from here, and now this one didn't even make it to that level before we rallied. Now we've gotten a little deeper into this area. Is this going to break down? If it does, then I would say that we have a chance to get down to 56.75. If it doesn't, then this could be a logical location for the market to rally from. Okay, I see that we have at least 2 or 3 areas where we've rallied from this location. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and add our levels to the charts. Okay. Oops. All right, here are our levels. We'll open up our ADR. We'll open up our ASR. Okay, here we are, ADR, ASR. So we have 5704 coming in for our ASR. What do we have for ADR? ADR is coming in at 5725. Seems a little bit off. Okay, 5725. 50. All right. That's our ADR. Our ASR is 5704. 5704 is our average session range high. We got value area high at 56.95. That's in order. Value area low at 56.83. That's in order. Let's see, ADR low coming in at 56.42. That's correct. And we have 56.32.25. 56.32.25 as our lows there. Okay, so this seems to be in order. So we'll just go ahead and copy this in. So we'll just modify these. Okay. All right. So what is the market trying to accomplish? Okay. Well, so as I mentioned, we've been in range. This could be a logical area where we rally from. We can use value area low as our reference level, right? Looks like we're in the midst of potentially developing a 3-bar reversal pattern here. Okay, but we'll see how this candle closes here in the next 3 minutes. So there's, I guess, a fair opportunity here to take the market to the upside. Okay, as part of a range, as part of range action. Where am I wrong? Well, if I get a close below this value area to the downside, then I'm wrong, right? Then I'm wrong on that bullish sentiment. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing, guys. Let's see, it's kind of what I'm seeing in the ES here. Just checking to see if there's any questions. I'm not seeing them. So I'm going to close. I'm going to review the last market of the day, and that's the Dow. Okay, since I don't see any questions on what I just shared, the Dow looks a little bit stronger. I would say it's on the upper end of the range here. So let's take a look at the daily. That looks relatively strong. Turn off ASR here. Look at the weekly. That's also equally as strong. Looks like it wants to create a new level here, guys. 42,000. Okay, seems like the area it wants to go to. All right, we have a fair amount of volume to support this. Okay, daily we've already reviewed, so we'll pop into the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart is also relatively bullish. Okay, in this market. All right, we have a developing bullish candle. 30-minute 30-minute chart. Also, again, in the midst of with a little bit of selling here, right around 42,000 before the market open here in a couple of minutes. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. Okay, right here, drag that across to about here. And here we are. We have value area high coming in. Okay, right about there. We have value area low coming in right about there. Okay, and so let's start capturing some of our levels here, shall we? Let's go ahead and add our levels here. So we have, let's see, what was that? Was that 42,107? 42,107 is our average daily range high. Today is contract roll over. Yes. Yeah, the volume is Ziggy. The volume is very much in Z. The volume is very much in Z at this point. So I would recommend that you trade the Z contract. Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look at, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a rally here. Do we have the open already? Oh, about a minute to go. So we have value area high here at 41.85, 41.895, sorry. So that's value area high. Okay. We have point of control pretty much at the same spot as 41.822. So we got settlement, 41.825 is settlement. There's the open. Okay. So yeah, fair number of buyers coming in. 41.822 is our point of control. Okay. And then we have, what is it? Or what did I want to see? Value area low is 41.773. Wow, look at that rally. Value area low. Okay. And we'll go ahead and open up initial balance, but this initial balance range is going to get out of whack pretty fast here. This is London. Let's move into, no, it's New York. I don't know why it's showing. We just opened the market. This should not even be registering at this point. Okay, there it is. All right. I lost my levels. Oh, that's not nice. Oh, shoot. Hopefully you captured those levels, guys. Oh, man. 42 to 104 average daily range high. Value area low 41.896. Value area high. Point of control or settlement. 41.825 is settlement. And then we have 41,822 is our point of control. 41,822 is our point of control. And we have value area low here at 41,772. Wow, it's a little area low. And then we have our average daily range low here at 41,572. 41,572 is our average daily range low. And then at this point, we can go ahead and open up ASR. We have 41,732. 41,732 is our average session range low, and then our average 210. We got 40, 42, 42, 210 is our average session range high. Okay. All right. So these are our levels, guys. Again, we got a pretty strong rally on the open here. I'm going to go ahead and try to open up initial balance and make sure this is in place before I make sure this is set to day session. Okay. That should get it back. So here we are. So yeah, relatively wide. We've already reached the average daily range. We'll see if we react off that. If not, then chances are we may be in the midst of maybe a potential sustained auction to the upside in this market. Okay, I'm assuming that we're getting maybe some of the same behavior in the NASDAQ and the ES. So we'll see. Let's take a peek. Yeah, we got the Dow here. We got E-mini. E-mini, not so much. Oh, NASDAQ, both the NASDAQ and the ES. So the Dow is kind of leading the charge to the upside, unless there's some movement from maybe some moving from some more from tech stocks to more established companies, as a way of hedging. I'm not sure, but in any case, guys, so I think that's pretty much. It's kind of interesting to see that we're getting such a divergence between price action at the moment between the NASDAQ and the ES and the Dow. So long on the Dow, short on the ES and EE and the NASDAQ, seems like at this point. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much what I have for the markets. Okay. So again, encourage you to take it slow. It's a Monday. We still have the a full week ahead of us. Let's not be too aggressive. Yes, let's all have a green day. Let's be patient and wait for our levels and look for opportunities where we can manage our risk, and that will then translate to the equity that we all desire. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. Encourage you guys to trade well, to trade safe, to trade like a pro, and trade like a market trader. All right, guys. So we'll have our normal coaching session later today at 6 p.m. Central. Yes, waiting for the initial balance to close, and then we'll see hasta mañana for sure. All right, Anthowell, have a good day. And I'll see either some of you in group coaching later or back in pre-markets again tomorrow. Okay, until then, trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have a good day. O más tarde. You got that right.